Stop playing. So I worked a dead-end job for over 4 years and I never thought my life could change. I always thought that was it for me. Today, I encourage you to watch this video till the end and soak it all in. Especially if you want to stop asking that boss to go to the washroom. And let's just put all our cards on the table and just make it simple. You just want to change your life. Simple, point blank, the end. Today, I'm going to give you 3 ideas on ways you could change your life and make it better in a year. One of the first things that I did when I lost my job, especially after I was like, I ain't going back to a job, I started reading self-help books. There's probably many books that I read that really helped me, but I wanted to give the top 3 books that really helped me skyrocket. One of the books was called Coach Yourself. And I actually found this book one day when I went to the library, and it was about a day after I lost my job. And I was like, I need to figure this out. It really helps you understand more about yourself and what you want to do and what makes you spark up. What do you like doing? And usually those are one of the things that stops people, right? Because they don't know what the heck they want to do with their lives. And that book really helped me. It literally helped me coach myself. Literally. Another book was The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. That book changed my life because it changed the way I thought of life. It changed my mindset. That book just changed the way I thought about life. It changed the way about how I saw my future, how I saw my present. That book is so good if you want to change the way you think and want more things to happen in your life. I'm just gonna throw this book out there because I recently found this book and I feel like every single woman in this world should read that book. And it's called the Quinn Essentials for Women. And that book is so essential because it really teaches you tools that you could use every day in business or life, and it changes the way you thought of everyday things that society usually says that you should do, and she goes against that, and it makes you enjoy life better. I recommend you read that book. The reason why I recommend each and every one of these books is because when you've been going through that cycle over and over again of feeling like you're stuck in the same spot, or you're going through the cycle of being depressed, or you're mentally just drained, you need these books in your life. Because if you are going through that cycle, one of the first things that you absolutely need to do is renew your mind. You need a reset on the way you've been thinking. When you read these type of books, when you read one of the 3 books, it makes you understand why you are in a place where you are right now. It makes you understand how much control you have over your life, which then makes it easier for you to change your life. You see how that works? Because if you don't feel like you are in control of change, or you don't feel like you can break a cycle, it's hard to change your life in a year. It's hard to change perspective. Then you're always stuck in that old pattern. And the whole point of this is that you want to create new patterns so you allow yourself to change and to see change. Until you understand that you have control of your life, you are in control of your actions, and where you are today is a figment of the actions you took yesterday and the day before that. Nothing will ever change. So once you understand that you are actually in complete control of your life, that's when things start to change. And it's also that factor of taking control and not letting life just happen to you, but you're deciding, no, like, I'm just gonna take control and make the changes that are necessary so you can get to where you need to be. Question, let me know in the comments, have you been wanting to leave your job, but you don't know what to do yet, or you've been thinking about it? Let me know all the deets in the comments, girl. Let's talk about it. This is for all the people out there, including you, that tells yourself day after day that you don't have talent. Well, this is for you because you're about to learn how you can develop talent because you ain't stuck. One of the first steps that you could ever learn to changing your life is no longer accepting excuses. The biggest advice I'm going to tell you is that when you tell yourself excuses, don't accept it. Because all it does is every time you tell yourself an excuse, it holds you back. Stop telling yourself you don't have time, Stop telling yourself you don't have talents, like you can't learn a skill today. It's not true. When you buy something new or you hear something new and you get a hold of it, you take the time to get to learn it so you can get that entertainment benefit or the results of whatever that thing is. And that's the same thing when it comes to talent. You have it in you to learn a new talent. And what people don't realize is that the answer is usually inside you. There's usually something that keeps on coming back to you, but you usually put it aside. You tell yourself you don't know, but you already know what you need to do. It's just that you feel like it's not possible. And once you read one of the books I recommended, you'll start to understand more about yourself. And once you start understanding more about yourself, you'll know exactly what you want to do. So I'm not worried about that. Once you find what you want to do, and let's say you believe that you need to develop that skill, because you might have to develop a skill. You might have an interest in something, but the skill has not fully developed. You can look on websites like Skillshare, and Skillshare usually has tons of different classes. You pay one fee and they have tons of different classes where you can learn a specific skill. And then there's Udemy. If you go on Udemy, there's usually so many different course options and they usually have deals. I'm talking like $20, $30 deals. And even if it's $100, it's still worth it if it meant that you can make thousands of dollars. Next one is buying a course. Find someone that's teaching what you want to learn and buy the course so you can learn that skill. And that will cancel out any thoughts that always tells you, oh, I don't have the talent, so I need to stay stuck of where I am. If you want it to change your life, you need to take extraordinary action to get you to where you want to get to. If you want to take it another step, you can even search on YouTube, watch videos like these and see what people are offering. You can even learn it for free. But the thing about it is that when you buy a course, you learn faster because everything is compact. You don't need to be spending hours searching all over the place. So that's up to you, but I just want to know there's options to change your life. Question for you: what have you been wanting to learn but haven't learned yet? Put it in the comments. I want to know. Make it a goal to try something new, develop a new hobby. What usually happens is that we get to be adults and then we start working because we know we need to make money, we need to pay bills, and for some reason along the way we forget to do things we love doing. Basically like what we did as a child, we always did a lot of stuff that we loved doing, and then we stop all that. And then what usually happens is all of a sudden you're like, well, something's missing. This is not a money-making suggestion. This is more of a fulfilling suggestion. It's not gonna be easy because you're gonna wanna just work. But the thing about it is when you do more of anything, it starts to get easier to do that thing. And one of the things I started doing was I started to take walks. And another thing I started doing was paint nights. And every time I do it, it always made me feel alive, right? It made me enjoy life even more. And another option is always like traveling, or it could be like mini getaways. It doesn't have to be out of a country. It could be right where you currently live. So the whole point of this is you want to create a pattern disrupt where you're doing things you don't usually do and you start doing them over and over to the point where it just makes you alive every time you do it. It makes you look forward to something rather than just working your life away. The more you put yourself first and you do stuff that you love doing and you do stuff that makes you alive is what makes it easier for your life to change. Where the more you put yourself on that back burner, it's hard to see your life change because you're stuck in that same cycle over and over again. So people always think that the way to changing their life is making millions of dollars. And yes, it could change your life financially, but what can you do that would change your life right now and will start from here, from the insides, that will make you feel more happier, make you change your life faster? What can you do that you're in control of right now? If you start doing any of the things I suggested, you'll start seeing a shift right away, which would be changing your life within that year. Most of the times, the reason why people feel stuck or they feel like they're in the same place over and over again is because they have not tried anything different. They're stuck in that bubble. Get out the bubble.